Yeah, what's going on, my boy, Mr. Thumping VCast today, and welcome to the channel. Hope you're feeling good. Your boy is back with another sports video today to talk about the U.S. Women's National Team and their success at the Olympics. I was going to do a video right after the Olympics, but I want to let it sit for a bit and do a longer video. Like I had a whole 7-minute video already recorded that I did on my live stream, where I just had like a reaction, and it was like a 7-minute video, but it didn't include like a lot of detail. It was just more so just talking about like basic stuff. So today I just want to actually have a real sit down and talk about the game and talk about how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking when it comes to the ladies doing what I expect them to do, which was win the gold medal. Now, the entire Olympic tournament for women's soccer didn't go exactly how I thought it was going to go. There were some upsets, but I had 100% confidence that the U.S. national team was going to win because I still view them as the best team. A lot of people view the team as, missing a step, and that the rest of the world has caught up. And I've always said this before, that the rest of the world didn't catch up. The rest of the world has gotten better, but the U.S. women's national team has been and always will be the benchmark for women's soccer. It's just how it always has been. We have the best talent you can possibly get in the sport, and it showed. When it comes to like Mallory Swanson, who missed the World Cup because she was injured, she had 4 goals during the Olympics. She had 2 assists during the Olympics. She had 6 goal contributions in 6 games. Smith had 3 goals and 2 assists. That's 5 goal contributions in 6 games. Rodman had 3 goals and 1 assist. That's 4 contributions in 3 games. That front 3 did exactly what I said they were going to do. If you look back at the other videos that I've made about the women's national team, I said that this 3 would do great, because they all play off of each other. They all have similar characteristics and can do similar things. The only thing that's kind of different between those 3 is Trinity Rodman might be the best dribbler in all of women's soccer. And those Soph and Mallory are good dribblers. They're not on like Trent's level of dribbling. And that matters because, that dribble skill that she has creates problems. It creates opportunities. It creates situations where, she might not get the assist, but she might get a pass at least to an assist. So let's say she passed the ball, she does some dribble moves that frees her up, and she passes the ball to Sophia Smith, who passes the ball to Lynn Williams, and Lynn scores. Smith may get the assist, but Rodman doesn't. But that play kind of happens because of Rodman. Now, when it comes down to who else was getting on the scoreboard, Corbin Albert had a goal, Lynn Williams had a goal. Crystal Dunn had an assist, and Corbin Alba had an assist as well. Lindsey Horan had 2 assists. Lindsey Horan's had an interesting Olympic tournament, because she's actually getting like a lot of hate from the fan base, because they feel like she's not doing enough. They feel like she's making a lot of mistakes. And she had a fine tournament. But it's always easy to try to find someone to blame, because whenever there's a lot of success, viewers want to find someone to complain about, and the person who they wanted to complain about was Horan. At the same time, what I've noticed when it comes to viewers is they want to try to find someone who they can make it about. Alex Morgan, for example. They want to make it about her. They want to make it about who on the roster is struggling to where they could replace that person with Alex Morgan. That's like a lot of viewers were doing. We saw that when I forgot who it was. Was it Jaden? I think it was when Jaden got injured, and he added what's her name from I think it might have been the Pride, but no, I'm forgetting. I don't have any notes, but I'm forgetting who got injured. But when they got injured, it was Katarina. When Katarina Macario got injured, they added a defender from the Atlanta Pride, and people were like, they should have added Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan. It's like, Morgan is part of the problem. We get that she's popular, but she was part of the problem. Alex Swanson was the solution. That's what the reality is. Morgan was part of the problem. Swanson was the solution. Emily Hayes was the solution. Trust me, I love Alex Morgan too, but the fact of the matter is, Alex Morgan has not had a good year in NUSL. Not this year, not last year. Alex Morgan didn't have a good World Cup. She had an okay Gold Cup that she wasn't even called up for. She was the injury replacement. Y'all have to move on. You have to. You have to move on from like players who, they're just not there anymore. Some people leave gracefully. Rapinoe, she retired gracefully. Like Abby Wambach retired gracefully. Carly Lloyd didn't retire gracefully. She kind of got pushed out, which is why she's freaking bitter. And Morgan has been peaceful about, her no longer being part of the national team. But the fans aren't. The fans are just still, she should still be there. It doesn't matter if she's no longer, you performing at a high level, she still be like, that's not how that works. To be part of the national team, you gotta be the best player in your country at that given time. Maybe next year she'll be back to being the Alice Morgan of old, and she'll be called up for friendlies and for any kind of tournaments. But this year, that ain't happening. So let's talk about some of the games. We didn't, cause I didn't do a video for each game. I did a video for the friendlies. The reason why I didn't do a video for each games, I wanted to do like this kind of video. We just talk about like everything entirely. Let's see. Right, so I guess we can work our way down or work our way up. So the first game we played against Zambia. One thing I want to like point out is what I always mention is like in one of my videos when it came to like the friendlies, I talked about formations. I talked about what formation we see a lot in the friendly is what we're going to see in the tournament. And we did see the 4-2-3-1 used pretty often by Emily Hayes. And I said that, she'll probably use that, or she'll probably use 3-5-2 because she likes versatility. And those formations are versatile. In a 3-5-2, she can drop back because she would have Niswanger and Fox pushed up. She can drop them back and plays a 5-back. In the 4-2-3-1, it basically plays as a 4-3-3, but defends kind of like a 3-5-2, because when they go into defense, Crystal Dunn, she plays as that defending left back, but when they play it in attack, she actually joins the attack. So that's why these formations were working. You're doing very, very, very good. In this particular game, we had Germa, Davidson, and Fox and Dunn as that back line. Germa's the best defender in the world right now when it comes to women's sports. You had Coffee Haran. Coffee got injured, so the next couple of games she didn't really play. And then you had Rodman, Lavelle, and Swanson. And they all just play very, very well together. Now, this game was a very good indicator on how good the defense is going to be, because they didn't play against a scrub team. Like, people might not know a lot about Zambia, but understand that they are a talented team. Kudananji is very, very good. She's very, very fast, and she's hard to deal with. Banda is currently, I think, tied or leading the NWSL in goals this season. She's the real deal. And Chanda as well. I forgot which Chanda. Is Grace Chanda. Grace Chanda is also very, very good. So this isn't an easy game. And when Zambia played against a lot of other teams, there were high scoring games where the other team had to win freaking like 5-6, like, but the USA kept them freaking blank. That's how good this defense is. That's how good Nair is. That's how good Germa is. That's how good Davidson is. That's how good Dunn and Fox is. Fox isn't really that great as a defender, but she gets the job done. I do think Sofia Huerta is a better defender than Fox. But that's how the first game went. The second game played against Germany, and it was a cookout. That game plays a 4-3-3, which again, versatility, can shift around on the field to play as a 4-2-3-1, shift around and plays a 4-4-2, shift around and plays as a 3-back. This is another one of them teams where they can beat anybody. It just can't beat the USA. Gwen's a very good player. Schultz a very good player. Pop is very good. Brand is really good. She's had like links to Barcelona. She didn't get signed or something, but she's had Barcelona links. That's how good she is. Rauch, she plays in the USL. Hedgering is also very good. Berger, probably one of the best keepers in the entire tournament. Like, just flat out. If number one's Nair, number two is Berger. When it comes to who were the best keepers in the tournament, Berger's was the second best keeper in the entire tournament, only because Nair is just probably one of the greatest keepers that the US was actually has ever seen. Like, we're having a discussion on who's better between her and her and Solo. And honestly, I think for certain particular reasons, I would say Nair's better than Solo. I think Solo has an advantage because she played a lot more games. Solo, I think she got her first start when she's like 23, maybe 24. whereas Nerida started really getting a chance until, you know, Hope retired, and Nerida was almost like what, 30 at that time, 32, somewhere. She was like in her 30s when she finally got a chance to like start getting some real games in. Berger also plays in NWSL now, but you know, locked down. You know, just straight up, the USA owned the group stage. Like it wasn't a fair fight. Let's just be honest. It wasn't a fair fight. There was like no real competition for the USA in the group stage, and they played against good people. You know, the real challenge, you know, kind of became Australia, which you all kind of figure Australia will be a hard game for them because it is Australia. They do have very good players, have a very, very good keeper as well. Again, if we're ranking the keepers, the third best keeper probably would have been Arnold. But, you know, Carpenter, Catley, Ford, Mary Fowler, and Rosso, all great players. They didn't have Sam Kerr. Sam Kerr's injured. Wish it made a difference. Maybe, maybe not. We've already seen, you know, USA lock down some of the best players. So, you know, maybe they would have had the same thing there. This time they played the 3-5-2. Again, formation that Emilia Hayes has used in the friendlies, so we know that she likes this formation. It defends and kind of like a 5-back. Trent does kind of drop back to play as a defender. As well, Sam Coffey is a CDM. She does also drop back a little deeper as well. So you would see Coffey kind of play as like another defender in the back line, and you'll see Robin playing as like a defender in the midfield. Where Dunn coming all the way back because Dunn is a forward and she's also a CDM and she's also a cam and she's also a left back and a center back. Dunn can do it all. That's why she's on the team. But yeah, just straight up locked down. The team was doing very, very good. If we want to talk, I don't know if we do or don't want to talk about the what you call it. Trying to decide, do we want to talk about the other games too, or just go straight and talk about Brazil? So we did play against Japan and Germany again, and honestly, you know, these are the Japan game to me was the scary game. Now, out of all the teams we've played against, Japan was a game that I always have circled in the calendar as being a worry about game, because when it comes to teams who have USA's number, it tends to be Japan. You know, so it's like whenever the USA plays Japan, my eyes are glued to the screen on, all right, this could be a hard game. It could be a very, very hard game for the team. And we only won because of a crazy and amazing Rotman finesse shot in extra time. You know, so it's like it was still just as hard. And they didn't even have their best players. Like they didn't have Junendo, who probably would have made a huge difference if Endo's injured. So like it was that could have been like a game. I'm trying to, was it 22? I don't know if it's 20. There was a World Cup, not World Cup. There was an Olympic that we lost to Japan. And like they are that nation. They are that nation who can always be a competitor against the US. And then as for I don't think we have the Germany game pulled up. The Germany game, you know, I kind of expect us to win that game. The issue that we had in the you know, the knockout stages is we will score a goal and then get very defensive. So like you don't see those high score games like you saw in the group stage, because we will get very, very defensive the second we get a goal. We did the same thing against Brazil. Against Brazil, we scored and then we started playing defensive immediately. Again, we went back to the 4-2-3-1, but pretty much immediately after Swanson got the goal, the team played defense. They even took out, I want to say Smith or Swanson for Casey Kruger, who's the defender. Because like we switched to playing defense, and I kind of don't like that. I kind of will hope we get at least one more goal, like a safety net goal, so we'll go up 2-0 and then play defensive. But we started playing defensive early. Like you started seeing Lindsey Horan, you know, pulling the ball to like the corners to try to like, you know, force, because when you do that, the defender has one option. Well, one or two options. Either A, they kick the ball out of bounds and give you a free kick, or B, they let you just sit there and waste time. So like we're doing a lot of waste time tactics during the game. It's like, well, could we get one more goal? You know, just as a safety net and you know, go from there. But you know, we play a lockdown defense on Brazil, who again, you know, much like some of the other teams, like Japan, didn't have their best players. You know, they didn't call it Debenia, which is, you know, the biggest confusion in the history of humanity. Why didn't they call it Debenia, who's, you know, having a great season, who's doing very good, who would be very helpful for them. They did play Caroline in the previous game against Spain. Caroline is coming back from injury, so they don't want to play her a lot. So she didn't play this game at all. Again, Caroline, one of their best players, was MVP in the USL last year. Didn't play in a Gold Cup game, the gold medal game, because of, you know, they want to like slowly bring her back. But they did play her in the last game. But it became one of the situations where it was like the USA scored a goal, played defense, and Brazil just had nothing for them. You know, and this was Marta's last chance to, you know, pretty much win a major tournament. Marta, you know, I call her the mom of women's soccer because, you know, everyone loves her. She's retiring from international play without ever having winning a major tournament, which is, you know, wow, because she's one of the greatest players of all time when it comes to the women's soccer. And one of the key things about the Swanson goal is that goal could have not happened if Smith wasn't, you know, the smart person she is. Smith was in an offside position. If she would have touched the ball, it would have been offsides. But she didn't touch the ball and allowed Swanson to get it, which led to the goal that ended up winning the game. Also, it was Smith's birthday yesterday as well. So nice birthday present for her. Overall, just, you know, great things. And, you know, as I said before, you know, I don't think Vlatko's a bad coach, but I do think he wasn't the right coach for this team. Emma Hayes is showing that she is the right coach for this team. Alice Morgan, you know, maybe she'll return to being who she used to be, but, you know, she was part of the problem. I said in those videos, like, she whiffed so many shots during the World Cup, and people thought it was like, well, she's not getting service. She's not getting service. Like, no, you got to score. You know, she was getting service. She just kept missing. And so they left her off the team, and they let Triple Espresso, as they call themselves now, Swanson, Rodman, and Smith, and they've been creating chances for each other and scoring goals. You know, we're seeing a front three that can't provide offense. Whereas in the World Cup, there was no offense. You know, it was because in the World Cup, it was basically Smith was playing on the left side, she run up the flank, pass to Morgan will miss. Rodman will run to the right side, pass to Morgan will miss. You don't see that with these three. With these three, there's a lot of dribbling going around. There's a lot of back and forth passing. They're getting Haran involved in it as well. You know, Corbin Albert will also kind of get into the attack as well, and so will Roosevelt. And, you know, they would also take part in, like, there was a lot of ball movement and, you know, just some crazy angles of taking shots. Like, the three of them had confidence to shoot. You didn't really see that during the World Cup. They didn't have the confidence to shoot because they all felt like they had to pass to Morgan, which I'd imagine was something that Vlatko told them. Vlatko told them, hey, pass to Morgan, and that's what they did, and she kept missing. Whereas with Emma Hayes, you know, she gives them more freedom to play. You know, so, you know, if Rodman sees an angle for a shot, she takes it. If Swanson sees an angle for a shot, she takes it. If Smith sees an angle for a shot, she takes it. But she sees it. But if either of the three of them see a chance to pass the ball for an assist, they will take that too. You know, so it was just very, very well balanced team play is what we saw during this Olympic run. And, you know, USA's back on top. That's all that matters. The USA is back on top. But with all that said, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next one. Being boy, Archer. See you guys. Money here. Deuces.